Okay, so we are reading The Humming Effect by Jonathan Goldman. We are on chapter 6, page number 69 of the book, Encoding with Visualization.
Encoding with visualization.
Your mic.
At its simplest, visualization calls for using your imagination, but there are basic techniques that can make visualization more powerful. To begin, it's been suggested that the most effective visualizations involve as many as 5 senses: vision, touch, smell, hearing, and taste. As possible, keep in mind that the more you practice visualization, the better you become at it.
So it's important here. Anything that has a lot of sensory perception associated with it automatically becomes more powerful. Okay, so like suppose you've been in a meditation. So we tell you make a note. So you're making a note. Okay, now what is when you're making a note, your visual sense is attached to it, your feeling sense is also attached to it, and you have already had that particular experience. So maybe you smelled something or tasted something in that experience. So when you write it down, now whenever you go back to your notes, you'll find that it'll be easy to go into that state of consciousness once again. So attaching the tensile strength of all the 5 senses to a particular visualization makes it more powerful.
Some recent scientific studies have shown that people who visualize doing an activity, though they may be sitting with their eyes closed, seem to activate that portion of the brain associated with the activity.
So again, the mind cannot distinguish between an actual threat and a perceived threat. In the same way, the mind cannot distinguish between an actual activity and a perceived activity. The same chemicals, the same neural pathways, they all get activated.
After these visualizations, their body seems to have achieved a similar workout as if they had actually done the activity.
So now this is very
Thus,
important. So they have done lot of experiments where they had a group of two groups of 2020. Now one group of people were told to go to the gym and actually do exercises to strengthen the bicep. Okay. The other group was told to sit in a couch and visualize that they were doing the exercises to strengthen their bicep. Now I'm just taking a number over here. Let us say the bicep of the first group increased by 1 inch. The biceps of the group who was sitting on the couch just visualizing what they were doing increased by 3/4 of an inch. So again, it is not necessary, technically speaking, to do the activity, but just even if you can totally visualize it, but you have to visualize it with all your senses. You have to smell the sweat. You have to feel the sweat. You have to feel the energy moving through you. So it is also very similar to Mansik Puja versus ritualistic puja, where we are chadhawing a flower or we are chadhawing something and you're visualizing that you're chadhawing it. The effect in your state of consciousness is exactly the same.
does this mean we may no longer have to go to the gym in order to tone our body? Probably not. But as the authors of Scientific Visualization, Techniques and Applications note, many athletes and musicians visualize their performances as an additional form of practice, and this seems to help them get better at what they are doing.
So most of the major athletes, I mean the most proficient athletes, always do visualization. So they are constantly visualizing what they are going to do in a particular circumstance. How are they going to jump? So what this helps in doing is that it helps in creating the muscle memory. So when they go into the act, they don't have to think of the act. It automatically transpires. So that's the importance of visualization. Every athlete today worth his or her salt will be doing visualization exercises.
When to encode intent, the still point. We are sometimes asked about the best time to program intention onto a sound. We found one answer to that question in a book by scientist Itzhak Bento, Stalking the Wild Pendulum, that suggested that there is a still point between the in-breath and the out-breath, and that this still point is the most effective time to encode intention.
So again, when we are breathing in, there's an activity. When we are breathing out, there's an activity. But in between, there is a stillness, when there is no activity. And that is the point where you can encode. This book, Stalking the Wild Pendulum, is a classic. I have seen reference to this book in so many other books. It is not funny. We have it in the library. I'm halfway through it, but for some reason, maybe it's not the right time that I've not been able to finish it.
So before humming, take a deep breath, and in the moment when you are holding your breath, before you release it, try using that still point space to encode the intention before making your sound. We have taught this placement of intention at the still point of the breath at our sound healing workshops. For some people, it has worked well. Nevertheless, as we continue with our concept of embodying fluidity in our teachings, we encourage you to experiment with this technique and to also do what feels most natural and comfortable for you.
Okay, so again, still point. When we are going into these deep expanded states of consciousness, okay, over there also we can intend. Why? Again, you are in a stillness. You go into a state of no thought. When you are in that state and you encode in that state, then the manifestation starts to happen. This is also true when you are in a dream state. So when you're going into a deeper and a deeper and a deeper state of consciousness during dreaming, there also intention works. This is where the power of lucid dreaming starts to come in, where you are actually in a very, very relaxed state. You're totally down in a state of consciousness. So you're dreaming and you know that you're dreaming. So you can achieve a lot in that dream state because you are active with a stillness as far as the physical body is concerned. So again, what works for some person may not work for another person. So it's important to try things. It's important to experiment with things. And it's important to see what works for you. If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. Move on to the next tool.
The next step, what to encode. What will your intention be? The possibilities are limitless. You might, for example, hum with the intention of pain reduction, relaxation, sleep enhancement, alleviation of depression, stimulation of healing, and inner massage, treatment of headaches, feeling peace, experiencing happiness, and innumerable other effects that you might want to achieve. No doubt, if there's something in your life you want to change or manifest, you can project your intention of it while you are humming. It all depends on what is most appropriate for you at the time.
So again, using humming for various methods. And again, we can also use humming to manifest things. As we saw in the cymatics video that we saw, that every shape has a sound. So every hum has a form and every form has a hum. So if I can hit the right hum with the right intent, I can manifest anything.
Is there a part of your body that's giving you discomfort? That would be an ideal place to project the intention of healing. Are you feeling stressed out and need a bit of chill? What an excellent time to hum for relaxation. Tossing and turning in bed, unable to sleep? Research has shown that 5 minutes of humming while you're lying in bed is highly effective in enhancing sleep. We are aware that we've recommended that while humming, you sit with your back straight in a chair. But if you're in bed and trying to sleep, we are not going to ask you to get out of your bed and go find a chair to hum in. Stay in bed. Remember, it's important to have fluidity in your practice.
So fluidity in your practice. So you see, you have to keep trying stuff. You have to keep experimenting, and then you need to figure out what works for you. And as soon as you figure out what works for you, you need to hold on to it rather than just fiddling around with it. But the point is to have various methods of achieving the same thing, so that if one doesn't work, you have another method of achieving it.
As we have been working more and more with our own humming while writing this book, we have found that if we spend a brief time taking some slow, deep breaths, our purpose or intention for humming usually comes into our consciousness. Oftentimes, we have a very specific purpose. Maybe we simply want to relax, or maybe we have a stuffed nose that we'd like to clear, or a headache we'd like to relieve. Speaking of a headache, when you're humming, your skull and obviously your brain will be naturally vibrating. If you have a headache, try targeting the area in your head where you feel the pain with humming sounds while focusing your attention on relieving the discomfort. You may be startled at how quickly you feel the resonance inside your head. You might be amazed at what happens.
So again, Mukul Bhavi just shared this very example. So it is absolutely possible. I do it all the time, and I know that it works. So I would suggest to all of you that you start experimenting with this. So if you have any pain in anywhere in your body, hum with intent and see what the result is.
A quick review. In chapter 3, we had you tone 3 different vowel sounds ranging from deep to mid-range to high notes. You undoubtedly experienced different resonances in your body as you performed the exercise. Usually, the low sounds will resonate the lower part of your abdominal cavity. The mid-range sounds will resonate the chest area, and the high sounds will resonate the head. This exercise was to help you realize that your self-created sounds can resonate different parts of your body and can truly change the way you perceive your own sounds.
So we did this experiment in the last session where we played the track and we actually went into these various tones. In the workshops that we are conducting for the Monroe Institute, while you're doing resonant tuning, we actually very clearly tell you that to make the sounds from various parts of your body so that you can feel the resonance in your body.
In chapter 5, we went through several exercises that allowed you to feel the vibrations of your hum. With the first exercise, you simply hummed on a monotone. Then you hummed and focused on becoming aware of your vibrations in your body. Next, you worked with slightly shifting the pitch of your hum. Then, you hummed a song in order to feel the variance in vibrations. Now we are going to add the special ingredient of intent in order to bring to you the experience of conscious humming. All of the factors we have been through in those earlier exercises can influence the experience. When you couple aspects of humming such as pitch with the intention of where you'd like the sound to go in your body, you might be very surprised at the outcome.
So this is what we are going to learn now.
Got a sore hip? Just make a tone and play with the pitch a bit. Perhaps lowering it just a little while you encode the sound with the intent of resonating your hip. Then, as you're humming and sending this intention to your hip, try adding another intention to your hum. We never said you could only project one intention at a time. You might try visualizing a golden white light that is soothing and healing flowing to your hip as you're humming. This, of course, is just an example of what one person might do. As we've said, the possibilities are limitless. Humming while encoding intention on the sound is a powerful way to assist in learning how to project sounds to different parts of your body. While you're humming, the specific physiological effects we discussed earlier will also be occurring. They include increased oxygen in the cells, lowered blood pressure and heart rate, increased lymphatic circulation, increased levels of melatonin, reduced levels of stress-related hormones, release of endorphins, biochemical opiates that work as natural pain relievers, increased level of nitric oxide, a molecule associated with the promotion of healing, release of oxytocin, the trust hormone.
So when we are humming, the entire system is vibrating, and that vibration automatically causes all these results.
As students of both science and spirituality, we understand on a deep level that sound by itself is extremely potent. When the aspect of intention is added, some truly extraordinary things can occur. But before we give instructions on the specific exercises, we'd like to share a few more thoughts about intention. From personal experience, then, when we've had a pain or discomfort in our head or anywhere in our body, and we focus the attention of our hum to that area, often and usually quite surprisingly, that discomfort will disappear or at least lessen. That relief might come from the release of nitric oxide, the production of endorphins, a relaxation response, or some other physiological factor. There's no doubt that these physiological benefits occur. However, from our own experience, we understand that the intention placed upon the sound is a crucial component. Something powerful and important occurs when we hum with conscious intention. As we've mentioned, the possibilities of conditions that can be positively affected with intention when you are humming are endless. Sometimes we hum to generate better blood flow to our tissues. Other times we may be feeling stressed out and take a few minutes to hum and calm down. We literally visualize the humming going throughout our entire body as we are making the sound. No doubt, all the physical effects of the hum contribute to this, but we know that the intention we produce and encode upon the sound is also affecting the outcome. As we have mentioned, the possible ways in which you can encode your intention on your sound are seemingly limitless, for conscious humming is limited only by your consciousness.
So this is important, okay? There is actually no limit to create something. It's only our limitation is our belief system. And that is what we are working on, to transcend our belief system, to expand our horizons so that we are not restricted by anything.
For example, you might have a pain in a certain part of your body and envision an angel or some other divine entity putting healing energy into that area. Or you might visualize encoding all your cells with vitality, dissipating any imbalanced energy. We've known people who have done all sorts of seemingly miraculous things, coupling intention with sound. An application of humming that we have only briefly mentioned is the ability of the hum to act as an internal massage, affecting all the cells in the area of your body where the hum is being directed.
So naturally, there's a vibration created by the hum. And if it is directed to a particular area of the body, the cells in that body are going to vibrate. So naturally, there's going to be an internal massage which is taking place.
Just as there are numerous machines on the market that create external vibrations and help soothe parts of your body where you're having discomfort, humming seems to be able to do this naturally. Humming can do this internally and can reach places that many of these massage devices cannot. The positive benefits of this are obvious. including the resonance of our internal cells due to their being vibrated with sound. This can create many of the effects of sound that we've noted before, oxygenating the cells and causing the release of many beneficial hormones and chemicals. Numerous energy medicine practitioners, including well-known doctors such as Anne-Marie Chiasson, MD, in her book Energy Healing, Sounds True, 2011, believe energy that is blocked causes imbalances and illness in the body.
Yeah, so what happens? Whenever energy gets stuck, it is not moving. It's like when water stagnates, it starts to rot. So energy also has to keep moving. Wherever there is an accumulation or a block of the energy, that is where the problems start to occur.
Vibrations such as self-created sound cause the movement and dispersal of this blocked energy, which assists in the healing process. Once you've gained the ability to add intention to the part of your body that needs the sound, you'll find it easier to project sound to this area. Humming will then become a truly powerful healing tool.
So again, this also requires practice. It requires a little bit of faith. So when you start doing it, the more you practice it, the better you become at it.
Often we have a specific purpose when we begin humming. Perhaps it's to direct the hum to a stiffness we are feeling in our neck. We hum and project our sound to that area of the body. The results can be wonderful. At other times, we hum with no specific intent at all. We simply trust that the sound we are making will do whatever is best for us. Perhaps that is an intent unto itself.
Yeah. So again, when we do something with intent, it always becomes more powerful. If we do not have an intent and we are doing something good, then it will have a beneficial effect in any case, but it will not have a specific effect. So the idea here is to actually do it with intention. Attach intention to your humming. Okay, so we need
Can
to...
I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Is it only for ourselves or can we do it for someone else? Can this affect?
Technically
others?
speaking, like when we are doing the reball, it doesn't,
Yeah.
I don't think they say over here that you can do it for others, but
Yeah.
I don't see why not,
Okay.
if you get what
We
I
can
mean.
always try. Yeah.
Of course, no, it will work because the surrogate system also works, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you become a surrogate for another person, like biofield tuning when we are doing, what are we doing? We are creating a surrogate system for all the people who are in the call, and
Yeah.
then we do the work. So that becomes important.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second. Now I've lost the. Uh, just 1 second. Put it on my. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to play track number 5. Let us see what happens. It's actually called Humming with Your Spine. So, you want to read it first or you want to hear the track first?
Read first, no?
Okay, so let's read first. Shimangla, carry on.
Humming up and down your spine. One of the first humming exercises Jonathan ever experienced was over 35 years ago with master teacher Dr. John Beeloo. For this exercise, Dr. Beeloo gave the direction to hum up and down your spine. This can be a fun exercise to experiment with, and it is useful for learning how both pitch and intention can affect the resonance of sound. Through projecting both pitch and intention as you hum, it becomes quite easy to literally feel the sound of the hum going up and down your spine. This exercise is very useful when learning to project your hum to different parts of the body.
So, okay, so the spine, all the nerves go through the spine, and through the spine, the nerves are connecting to the various organs of the body. So just imagine if you could massage your spine, you could affect your entire nervous system. And of course, once you start being able to project the sound into the spine, then you are capable of projecting it anywhere in your body system.
There are many ways of doing this exercise. Some people will hum from the top of their head to the base of their spine in just one breath. Some will glide from one pitch to the next quite effortlessly. Others will find that doing this exercise in a slow and methodical manner is best for them. However you choose to proceed, know that you can hum up and down your body with very little vocal range. You don't need a big change in pitch. If you somehow end up doing this exercise in a group, you'll probably feel like a bunch of kids in kindergarten. Whether you're in a group or by yourself, be ready to abandon all sense of poise and pride and return to a childlike sense of wonder and adventure. No one ever said that you had to be serious when you're humming. Throw caution to the wind and simply have a fun experience. Among other things, it will assist in your ability to hum in a relaxed way.
So again, becoming childlike, what I'm finding is that the more spiritual you become, the more childlike you become. A child doesn't have boundaries. It doesn't have any kind of restrictions or inhibitions. All these inhibitions and restrictions and fears and anxieties are learned as we are growing up. Okay. So the idea here is to transcend these limitations that we've created for ourselves. And that can only happen when we start becoming more childlike. A child is full of wonder. It's always experimenting. It's always doing new stuff. It's always wanting to learn stuff. And again, I ask this question to people. When was the last time you did something new? Okay. It's a question that we need to ask ourselves all the time, because most of the time we are stuck in not doing anything new. And when you are not doing anything new, we are not growing. So the idea here is to actually grow and not be stuck in a record player, round, round, round. You're doing nothing else in your life. So bringing this childlike playfulness into our lives become very important.
For this exercise, we suggest that you allow 15 minutes. 5 minutes for humming, 5 minutes for relaxation, and 5 minutes for grounding. Please limit your actual humming to about 5 minutes.
Okay, so now let's hear the track and then we can read this. And then
1 minute, wait. What is to be done? Let me read this. Close your eyes and take a few slow, deep diaphragmatic breaths, releasing any stress or tension in your body. As you're breathing in this manner, check yourself out. Tune in and sense how you're feeling. When you feel ready, begin humming, remembering to make sure that you feel comfortable and that you are not straining your voice in any way. Begin with a relatively high-pitched hum, as you will be progressively lowering your pitch as you move down the spine. Focus your awareness at the top of your head. Try to feel the vibration there. With each hum, slightly lower your pitch, while at the same time feeling the vibration of the sound moving from the top of your head down your spine. As you get to the deepest hum that you can comfortably make, feel this sound at the base of your spine. Spend a few minutes humming and experiencing this resonance. Now you're ready to hum back up to where you started. With each hum, slightly raise your pitch, while at the same time feeling the vibration of the sound moving from the base of your spine upward. When you have reached the highest pitch that you can comfortably make and the vibrations have reached the top of your head, you have completed the exercise. Sit quietly with your eyes closed for 5 minutes or so, noticing any change in your body, tuning into anything that you may have experienced while doing this exercise. When you feel ready, open your eyes, begin to ground yourself, bringing your awareness back to your surroundings. Perhaps you will want to wiggle your fingers or your toes, as this can help you feel grounded, bringing you back in your body. Once you feel fully present and not at all lightheaded or woozy, you can get up.
Okay, now let's hear the track. The track is small. And then if you all want to practice it, we can practice it. Otherwise, you can practice it on your own. 1 second, I have to share this now.
Humming your spine.
Now we're going to do an exercise from Chapter 6 of our book.
Humming your spine is an example of combining your intention with your hum. I'll first be making a gliding sound going from a high note to a low note.
Jonathan will start at the top of his head and begin slowly humming, visualizing the sound going down to the base of his spine. He'll take a nice deep breath at that point, and then he'll begin visualizing the hum going back up his spine to the top of his head. The most important part of this exercise is to visualize or imagine your hum moving up and down your spine. Using your intention in this way will assist you in being able to project sound anywhere in your body.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, would you all like to practice this, or should we move ahead? Can someone
Practice,
answer?
practice this.
Practice.
You all want to practice?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, once we like to
Okay, so
practice.
make yourself comfortable. Please make yourself comfortable. All of you all have got the gist of it, right? You're going to start from a high pitch and then go down into a low pitch. And then again, you're going to take a deep breath. And then from a low pitch, you're going to take it back into a high pitch. Okay, so let's
So are
make
we
ourselves.
doing it for 5 minutes? Like
We can
we'll
do
be
it for, I
repeating
think,
it?
2 or 3 minutes. 5 minutes is
Okay.
going to really make it very long.
Okay.
So let's do it for 2 or 3 minutes. Then we check into how we are feeling. We'll keep silence for 2 minutes and then we'll check in and then we'll proceed. Okay. And this is something that you all can do on your own. So it's not such a big deal, but let's practice it for 2 minutes. Let's make ourselves comfortable. Close your eyes. Take a few deep diaphragmatic breaths. Once you're ready, you can start the pitch from the top of your head. Feel it going down the spine as you lower the pitch, going to the tailbone. And then take another deep breath and start with a lower pitch and feel it going right on top of your head. So let's do it together. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Okay, would anyone like to share?
Feeling light.
Feeling light. Did you feel the vibration up and down your spine?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we have felt the
Yes.
actually in the
Yes, Alka?
Yes, sir. I want to ask that the sound you are making here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that not first and second both are not similar. It's different.
Yeah, so I'm not a singer, right? So naturally you have to play around with it.
Okay.
And the more you play, if you noticed, the last one was very much better than the rest of them.
Yeah.
Even
No,
I have not
actually,
practiced.
I thought maybe some tricky way. That's why I was
No.
asking.
You have to, I mean, play around with it. I mean, there is nothing called perfect over here, right? The more
Okay.
you
This,
play with it, the more you'll feel that okay, this tone works with me, or this pitch works with me. So the idea is to be playful with it. Now I had read this book maybe about 2 years back, and I practiced it at that time a little bit. But then so many things are happening. I didn't focus on it the way that I'm focusing on it today because I just read the book. I read the book maybe in 2 days' time, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I can tell you.
Niket, my pain is less.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told you, Auntie, that you need to
Yeah.
hum
So
for
we
your
have
pain.
to make sound, close our lips or open our lips.
Close your lips. Humming you cannot do with open lips.
Mm,
If you want to hum, you cannot do it with open lips. It has to be an internal sound, right? So if you're speaking, then you're projecting the sound. You're not internalizing the sound.
mhm.
If you close your nose also, you can't hum. So you have to close your mouth and leave your nose open. So you're breathing from the nose, or you can breathe from your mouth also when you're breathing in. But when you're humming, then you're releasing the air from the nose.
Yeah.
Okay. And
There,
experiment with it. There's no harm in it.
there
And
is
you're
no
not going
trick.
to lose anything.
There is no trick.
There is no
Anyway,
trick.
no
What
trick.
works for you works for you.
Yeah.
There is no trick.
Mhm. So first we have to start from our spine.
So you
First sound.
start with the top of your head with a high
Yeah.
pitch sound.
Yeah.
And then you go lower and lower.
But now your mouth is open now.
I know. Because I'm projecting to you, I was wanting to vocalize. But when
Okay.
you're humming, you don't need to vocalize. Because I was leading you, I was doing it. But you can do this also, na? Okay, and then I can
Yeah.
do.
From throat reason.
Okay, so you can use that.
is practicing.
It's basically practicing, and the more you practice, the better you'll become at it. And then you'll be able to. I could actually feel the vibration in my spine. So if I can feel it in my spine, I can feel it anywhere in the body.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the basic idea. Okay?
Yeah.
Anyone
Thank
else?
you.
Ha, Rituji?
But yeah, that's what I was saying, that even I could feel it going up.
Yeah, feel it on the spine. Anyone else
It's,
would like to share?
it's a matter of feeling vibrations in your body.
Exactly, that's it.
Okay.
So again, in somatic intelligence, we are looking at the same thing. What is happening to you? Where are you feeling it in the body? So
Emitting music
that's
also does that.
connecting. What?
Emitting music also does that.
Emisync also does that. So again, we are
Yeah.
approaching the same thing from various angles, right? So the
Okay.
more perspective you have on a particular thing, the better you become at it. So you're using sound to external sound to create it. You're using internal sound to create it. You're connecting with the body's intelligence to be able to, get information as to what is happening in your system. What is out of balance? How do you create balance? Now, when you're humming, If you find a resistance somewhere, that means there's a block. So you can hum to break the block, to remove the block. So again, there are methods of assessing what is happening inside your body system. Okay, anyone else? Anything?
There's a very cute description by a Meena Mehtani on the chat.
Okay, I've not seen it.
It's like a child playing on his toy car.
Yeah, absolutely. If you see children, what do they do?
Yeah.
They keep doing that, right? And they do
Yeah.
it normally when they have a beautiful example. I'm glad I'm
Yeah.
going to use this example now. So you'll see children are constantly doing this very thing that we are talking about over here. Wonderfully. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Bhaiya, if there's a block, that means you can stop there and actually start humming in that particular space.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So
So
that
when you're humming and you feel okay,
Yeah.
यहाँ पे resistance आ रहा है बार बार, so then you start experimenting there. You focus your intent on that particular point.
Yeah.
Let us say in the sixth vertebra, in the T6, it is creating a problem. So now you can actually focus your attention on the T6 and start the vibrations there to break it. And then you can start fiddling around with the tone that, okay, what tone affects it most? And then work with it.
Thank you.
राम राम
Ram
जो
Ram.
हाई पिच का जो है वो
हाँ.
मेरे को आंखों में वाइब्रेशन देता है
हाँ, so wonderful. तो मैं आपको बोलने ही वाला था कि
हाँ.
आपका जो आप आँख के लिए बोल रहे थे ना last time. Now
हाँ.
you can use this method. Lower
Yes.
and increase your pitch and feel the vibration in the eye. Whichever pitch is going to vibrate the eye will be helping in healing the eye. Absolutely.
थैंक
Very
यू
well. Thank you. Try it, Mami ji, please try it and let us know what happens.
यस डेफिनेटली मैं रोज कर रही हूँ दोनों टाइम
Ah, absolutely. Anyone else, anything? Okay, Shimangla, you're on.
निकेत ये दिन में कितनी बार कर सकते हैं?
इसमें कोई restriction नहीं है, auntie.
अच्छा.
I mean, you're making a sound which is internalized. How can there be any restriction to that? Now, you have to experiment as to what works for you. That is what's the most important thing.
अच्छा.
Encoding intention. This exercise brings together much of what we have learned thus far with the actual encoding of intention. Once you have successfully experienced the power of humming with intention, you may decide to incorporate a humming practice on a daily basis. Sometimes you have so many possible intentions to choose from that it becomes difficult to narrow it down to one single concept. If this is the case, remember that this exercise is only a beginning and that tomorrow you can work on another aspect of intention. Simply choose one to start. This is, after all, an opportunity for you to experiment, remembering that you are your own best laboratory. A suggestion: one intention that is particularly easy to start with is appreciation. Just imagine that you're projecting appreciation throughout your body as you're humming.
Okay, so again, he makes a statement here. You are your own best laboratory. I totally agree with this concept, because if you're going to do something for someone or you're going to do anything, if you have not experienced what the effect of that is, then you are khokla. As I said, you have knowledge and you have experience. If you have the knowledge but no experience, it is empty. If you have the experience but no knowledge, again it is empty. So we are getting the knowledge over here, but we've not yet experienced it. So until we experience something for ourselves, it doesn't become a knowing. And when you know something, you simply know it. If anyone says anything about other than what you know, because that is your experience as well as your information and knowledge, you will not go tasmesas. You will not be rattled by it. So there'll be drilled nischay, that you will be sthir in your belief system. So over here, what happens is that experimenting again starts to become very, very important. And of course, appreciation for anything, gratitude, appreciation, love, all these things put you on the right side of the grid. Now, what he's saying very clearly here is you need to start with something on the right side of the grid. If you're focused on the left side of the grid, again, no manifestation takes place from the left side of the grid.
For this exercise, we suggest that you allow 15 minutes, 5 minutes for humming, 5 minutes for relaxation, and 5 minutes for grounding. Please limit your actual humming to about 5 minutes.
So again, what happens? Grounding. So grounding is a very, very important tool. It is in the Monroe process, we actually think that it is a tool, because when we are going into expanded states, when we are having these vibratory experiences, when we are connecting with our higher selves, coming back to this 3D reality is very important, because this is where we are operating from. The body is what is making us operate. The body is the instrument which is allowing us to experience these things. And the body needs grounding. It needs earthing. Okay, so the grounding process is extremely important in all these processes.
Close your eyes and take a few slow diaphragmatic breaths, releasing any stress or tension in your body. As you're breathing in this manner, check yourself out. Tune in and sense how you're feeling.
So again, tune in and sense how you're feeling. So what are you going to be tuning into? Are you going to tune into your mind, or are you going to tune into your body? In this case, I feel that it's the body. You're going to tune in. Okay, am I feeling relaxed? Am I feeling stress anywhere? Where is the tension in my body? What is happening in my body? Am I feeling pain anywhere? Am I feeling good anywhere? So what is happening in my body? I need to tune into that. I need to start becoming aware of that. This is exactly what is being taught in the somatic intelligence class.
Now spend a few moments contemplating what your intention will be. Spend as much time as you need determining how you would like to use your intention while humming.
So again, what is your intent? What is the consciousness with which you're setting your intent becomes extremely important. Okay, so you need to really set your intent properly.
When you feel ready, begin to hum, remembering to make sure that you feel comfortable and that you're not straining your voice in any way. Hum, knowing that you have a purpose, your intention has been set.
Okay, so
you are engaged in conscious humming.
Not straining your voice in any way. So now if you're straining, that means the hum is becoming effortful. It is not effortless. And whenever you're making an effort, it puts you on the left side of the grid. So it's important that you be relaxed. Your entire system be relaxed when you're humming. Okay, no stress needs to be involved in the humming process. Because if you're stressed, then the intention that you're putting in the hum also becomes stressed.
You are engaged in conscious humming. Sometimes changing your pitch as you project your hum is immensely helpful in being able to feel the resonance encoded with your intention. Hum for about 5 minutes. When you feel ready, bring your humming to a close. Sit quietly with your eyes closed for 5 minutes. When you feel ready, bring your humming to a close. When you feel ready, open your eyes, begin to ground yourself, bringing your awareness back to your surroundings. Perhaps you'd like to wiggle your toes or your fingers, as this can help ground you, assist in feeling yourself back in your body. Once you feel fully present and not at all lightheaded or woozy, you can get up.
Okay, so you missed one thing. Sit quietly with your eyes closed for 5 minutes or so, noticing any changes in your body, tuning into anything that you may have experienced while doing this exercise. So again, humming is totally tuning into your body, starting becoming aware of your body as to what is happening in your body. Okay, that is where the change, that is where the transformation is taking place. And your body, for that matter, is always in the present. Your mind can be in the past or the future, but your body is always here and now. So when you're focusing on your body for these experiences, you're automatically brought into the now. And that is where all the action starts taking place.
When you first combine humming with intention, often the experience is quite profound. Can you feel a difference in your physical, emotional, or mental state after doing this exercise? Were you successful in encoding your intent onto your sound?
Okay, would you all like to practice this, or you all want to practice it at home?
Practice it, Bhaiya, now.
How many people want to practice it now? Please raise your hand.
Yes, practice.
Practice.
Practice. Okay. So,
Raju Mama, you had a question?
yeah. Okay, it's okay. We are doing it.
No, his hand was up. I by mistake put it
Ask
down.
people to raise their hand. Okay, so now the point is that you have to select an intention. Now this becomes important, right? So you need to select what your intention for this exercise is. Now it may be a pain that you want to relieve in the body. It may be you just want the general well-being of your body. It may be that you want to create a stillness in your mind. So what is the intent that you're going to set? Please take a minute to decide on the intent of what you're going to do. We are going to do it only for 2 minutes because we are nearing, we're already near 3:15.
Intent is only internal or it can be external also?
No, we are talking about in the body right now. So you're not
Second thing, what is resonating with the intention?
resonating with the intention. I would like to grow hair on my head. Okay. Now already I have enough hair on my head. Now, am I resonating with that intention?
Okay.
So you have to resonate with what you're doing. There has to be a desire, there has to be an intensity with what you're wanting to achieve, what you're wanting to do. Okay. So I think let's go with this suggestion only. Let's not complicate issues. One intention that is particularly easy to start up with is appreciation. Just imagine that you're projecting appreciation throughout your body while you're humming. So let's appreciate our body. Spread we don't have gratitude towards our body because it's always there. We don't pay attention to it. We don't have a mindset of gratitude towards it. So let's set this intention that we want to send gratitude to our body, to appreciate our body system. So let's all close our eyes. You can hum with any tone, anything, okay? It's your exercise. You don't need to follow any pattern in this. I'm going to just vocalize a little bit so that everyone knows that something is happening. Okay, so let's close our eyes. Let's take a few deep diaphragmatic breaths. Releasing, just twist around, release any kind of tension so that you can relax properly into your seat. Check in and see how you're feeling. Contemplating with what your intention is. Gently beginning to hum. Remember, please do not strain your voice. When you're ready, welcome back. If anyone would like to share their experience, please go ahead. I'm sure all of you are feeling that
Feeling good, feeling very good.
yeah, feeling that quietening, feeling that stillness coming in,
Yes.
feeling the vibrations in your body.
Yeah, where even the mind gets still with it. Like we were talking about the body only getting still. Yes, the body does, of course. But even the mind, it takes over the humming.
Exactly.
It just puts you in that stillness.
Yes.
Perfect.
वाइब्रेशंस का तो निकेत जी ऐसा हो गया आजकल, आंख बंद करता हूँ, 3-4 डीप ब्रेथ लेता हूँ, बॉडी वाइब्रेट ऐसे ही करने लग जाती है.
अच्छा है ना, गुड.
सेंसेशन फीलिंग हो जाता है पूरी बॉडी में.
You're becoming more and more aware of your body. That is the basic idea.
That I don't know, but this is what is happening to me these days.
Yeah. You know it's your body vibrating, na? No one else's body is vibrating.
Of course.
So, okay, anyone else?
Feeling very relaxed.
Yeah. So again, when we see, this is what Zia is talking about in somatic intelligence also. But she's breaking it down into more technicalities and making it more subtle for us. But ultimately, the thing is that the more aware we become of what is happening in our body, the better we are at actually handling whatever is happening inside us. And the body is, you see, you have the body, then you have the emotions, and then you have the mind. Now, when all three of them come into alignment, that is when you have equanimity. That is when you have homeostasis. What she talks about is homeostasis. And you get that balance into yourself. It can happen with so many different processes. But at the end, it is that balance that you're looking for. So when you are in that balanced state, you can move into a stress response or into a relaxation response as is required. So you are absolutely present. You're right there. Perfect. And you can just, in that stillness, everything is available in that stillness. Your intuition is available. Your focus is available. Your efficiency is available. Everything starts becoming available to you in that state of stillness, in that state of homeostasis or in equanimity or equilibrium. Okay. Anyone else? Alka, you want to say something?
Ram Bhaiya.
Um,
I wanted to share that I had severe pain in my ears like 2 nights back.
Okay.
Like sinus के कारण कान के अंदर में I could hear bubbles and my head and ear both were paining.
Yeah.
And I did this humming with the intention of getting rid of that headache and the bubble and the congestion.
Yeah.
And I actually managed to remove it and go off to sleep.
Wonderful. Great. So see, again, please understand, what are we looking for in awareness? We are looking for tools. We are looking for processes which we can use in our day-to-day life. Now, when we learn something, if you're not going to use it, then that's useless. So when we get the tools, we start applying the tools. And that is where community starts to come into the picture. Like when we are talking over here, right? Now the sharing becomes important. Now Alka is shared, Kavita, Mukul Bhavi is shared. So now this gives us an inkling as to how we can use these tools in our lives. So what I would request all of you is that as we are going forward in the book, if you are applying the tools in your day-to-day life, please feel free to come and share. Because the more you share, the better it will become for all of us as a group. Okay, it's not only for your benefit, it's for, then we make it group benefit, and that makes it even more powerful because the group energy starts to play into the game.
Bhaiya, there is one more thing I would like to share.
Yeah.
I'm currently quarantined because of COVID.
Okay.
And I have been able to manage my mental happiness as well as lot of physical issues, which I may feel are happening or not happening, by
Yeah,
giving myself a reball and doing humming,
yeah,
and even the gin shin that we did that
yeah,
day.
yeah.
So in fact, one night I had severe stomach ache.
Mm,
These are all side effects of COVID.
yeah.
So I was able to actually get rid of my stomach ache and uneasy feeling in the whole body by gin shin and humming combined and a reball.
Beautiful.
Maybe that's a psychological thing, but it has helped me get through these 8 days very well.
Let's see. The point is we need to see whether it's working or not. Okay.
Absolutely.
Whether it works psychologically, it works physically, how does it matter?
No, but it is working, I must say. It is working. It is helping me a lot.
That's it. So the point is that it's working, simple and straight.
Absolutely.
And seriously, I'm telling you, the more you use these tools, the more effective they become for you. It's as simple as that. There is nothing more
Thank you.
to it, because practice is what will make it perfect. There's nothing. And see, ultimately, I'm saying practice will make it perfect. That's just a saying. But there is no limit to what you can achieve with these consciousness tools. With these tools, what we can achieve is really fantastic. But the point is that we must use it. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Anyone else, anything? Everyone has shut their videos off also. Chaliye, so if nothing, then we'll meet for meditation.
Ram Ram.
Ram Ram.
Thank you.
Ram
Thank
Ram.
you.
Ram,
Thank you,
Ram.
Ram.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Niket. Thank you, everyone.
Ram Ram ji.